Hey, it's Ari here. How you doing? Hopefully you are doing well. In this video, I want to talk specifically about side gigs, how you can get a side gig online. If you're looking to do, something extra online, on the side, if you're looking to make some extra money, maybe you have a current full-time job and you're looking for a way to get supplemental income. So in this video, I'm going to be going over some of the different options that you could really consider going with when you're looking to build, any sort of income on the side, as well as what you should be focusing on in the long term. So I'm also going to be going over whether or not side gigs are ultimately worth it down the line. And anyways, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to get right into it. So there's plenty of different sites that you can really go with when you're looking to get, side income, on the side. But, the first one that I've actually used in the past is called Fiverr.com. This is actually a freelance website where you could pretty much, this is pretty much where you could pretty much pay someone to help you with something online. So you're pretty much paying someone to do a service for you. Like for instance, I could pay someone on here to create a logo for me. I could pay someone on here to do game design. I could pay someone to do social media marketing or, e-commerce marketing or, writing a blog post, writing an email, creating a video, creating music. There's a whole bunch of things that I could pay someone on here to, help me with. So if I'm looking for a logo, I could find someone on here and pay them to create a logo. And I think the lowest you could someone can charge is of course $5. Now, in terms of making money on here, what you could do is you could actually become a seller on Fiverr.com. So you could go to, switch to selling, and then this is where you could list certain gigs that you would be interested in doing. So that's where you would do that. And again, just like as I went over the buying interface, there's plenty of things that you could offer. You could create logos for people. You could do game design. You could do flyer design. You can create T-shirts. You could write articles. You could write email. There's a whole bunch of things that you could really provide as a vendor on Fiverr. That's really the benefit with selling on Fiverr, is that you got plenty of different options, plenty of ways actually to make money on this site. And this is actually a site that I used to make money on myself. Actually, this is actually where I made my first dollar online. And if I go to selling, if I let that load up, and if I go into earnings, this is actually some of the earnings that I have made as a vendor on Fiverr. So I've made up to, just a little under $400, which actually for someone like myself, which was, just starting out at the time and was feeling a bit, confused for a bit, that's actually not too bad. A little under $400 is actually pretty good, I think, for, in terms of doing something on the side. But the downside is that, of course, it wasn't in terms of within a month. It was kind of spread out within the span of a few months or something like that. But still all right for someone like myself that was just getting started, and just something that on the side that I wasn't really fully taken seriously. But Fiverr is of course one platform that you could choose to be a seller on. You could provide whatever service it is you want to provide, whatever it is you feel you would be good at. And the benefit to this is you could pretty much work as much or as little as you want. You could pretty much decide whatever gigs you want to do, and then you could pretty much, it's pretty much where you, when you get an order, when someone places an order, that's when you would, of course, complete the task, and then give them the finished project that you finished working on. But as I mentioned with Fiverr, there's plenty of things that you can, of course, offer on Fiverr. Now, the downside with Fiverr is that at the end of the day, you are still trading time for money. You are essentially working whenever you get an order placed. So someone can place an order for $5, and then typically you have to get that particular thing done within the next 24 hours. So that's really the thing you got to keep in mind with it, is that instead of having one boss at a traditional job, you are pretty much being employed by anyone that buys from you. So that's really the thing that you got to keep in mind, is that you are pretty much working whenever someone places an order. So that's kind of the downside with it. However, the positive to it is that you could pretty much choose whenever you're available. and you could, it's very easy to, turn off the, it's kind of like a switch you turn off where you indicate that you're not available. But other than that, I think Fiverr is a very great platform to really get started with. Another one is Upwork.com. Upwork is very similar to Fiverr. I could hire someone on here to do, web developing, mobile developing, design, writing, admin support, customer service, marketing, accounting. And they got this section here, see all categories. There's a lot of things that I could do on Upwork.com as well. I haven't really done much with Upwork in the past, but I do know a lot of people that have used Upwork before. And Upwork is another really great site for, outsourcing certain things in your business, or if you are looking to make some money on Upwork, of course, you could, of course, sign up for Upwork and then list whatever it is that you want to do. So Upwork is, I believe you could charge a little bit extra in terms of, providing services on here, because generally a lot of the vendors on Upwork, they tend to charge a bit higher than the average person on like Fiverr does. So like Fiverr, they could charge at like $5 at the minimum, but with Upwork, I know there's a lot of people that do like $25 an hour to like $100 an hour, depending on exactly what it is. But Upwork is still another great option. Again, you are still trading time for money. You are still working whenever someone places an order, and you pretty much have multiple bosses rather than just one boss at your current job. So that's another platform is Upwork. Another one is, of course, you could do Uber and Lyft. So if you have a vehicle, you could, of course, give people rides, and you could. It says here, drive with Uber, earn at least $1,000 for your first 150 trips in Milwaukee. I'm actually in Kenosha, but I could choose to do Uber if I wanted to. But that's another thing you could, of course, consider doing. Pretty self-explanatory there. You could also do DoorDash, very much like Uber and Lyft, except instead of giving people rides, you are instead being the delivery person for, if someone orders like from like, McDonald's or something like that, or someone orders like, Wendy's or Taco Bell, or, from one of these big, fast food chains, if they don't have transportation there, what you could do is you could be the person that delivers the food for them. So they pay you a little bit extra than what they would be paying for at the restaurant. There'd be like, delivery fees. They could tip you. They could give you a tip if you want, and then you would, of course, go and order the food yourself, and then you would just bring it to them. You would just bring it to their address. So that's another thing that a lot of people are considering doing. I know with DoorDash, with sites like DoorDash and Grubhub, and I think Uber Eats is another one. The income potential with these isn't as high as, say like, Uber and Lyft, because, most of the money that is being spent by the customer is, of course, going to the restaurant. But it's still another great option if you're looking to make some extra money on the side. So two other options here is, of course, Rev.com, which is essentially where you listen to audio. You could like listen to like with headphones, and then you pretty much type out what you hear. So this actually pays out per minute, actually. So in this case, it's like, doing captioning videos would be like $1 per minute, or, convert audio to, or video to text. So that is, $1 per minute there as well. And then if it's like foreign subtitles, like if you know like another language and you could translate it to like English or something like that, you could earn $3 to $7 per minute, which is actually really good, actually. To think about doing that, if you know another language, you could, convert that $3 to $7 per minute. That's actually really good. But this is another site where you could pretty much, work on your own terms. You could pretty much work whenever you decide, and then, or pretty much at least like whenever there's like new work available, you'd pretty much just listen to audio clips, and then you would type out exactly what it is you hear. Now, there's a certain way you need to go about it, so there is, of course, some sort of skill that you need to learn, but Rev.com is another great platform that a lot of people go with. And then another one is called usertesting.com. This is another site that I've made money with online in the past. This is pretty much where you are testing out websites and or mobile apps, and you're pretty much giving feedback. So when you sign up for usertesting.com, it will give you a little software that you could install on your computer and on your phone as well, and it'll allow you to pretty much record your screen as well as your commentary. So the idea with this is that you navigate through different websites. They give you specific instructions in terms of like what pages to visit, what actions to take on the website. This is pretty much to test out the website yourself. And a lot of website owners, they come to the site to they get people to test out their website to make sure that everything is working correctly, and they're also looking for feedback in terms of how they can improve. So this is where you could of course come in, and I think you could earn I believe it's $10 per test. It's like if I go to get paid to test, I could hit that, and I think it's it says earn up to 60% per test, but I think the ones that pay out higher generally you have to spend more time with, or there's some projects where you are actually speaking with someone through like video, like a video type of chat, and those I think pay a bit more. But generally, most of them they pay like $10 per test, and most of the website tests take about like maybe 10 to 20 minutes to complete at the most. So that's actually not too bad. But anyways, those are just some of the different platforms that you could of course go with, different websites you can of course go with if you are looking to make some extra money on the side. Now the big issue with these side gigs, or side hustles rather, is that at the end of the day you are still trading time for money. So ultimately, if you're looking to make money online at all, your goal ultimately should be to build an online business so that you could pretty much be working whenever you want, and you could be paid even when you aren't working. So you could be making passive income, and then you could be, while you're making that, you could be out doing other things, whether it's spending more time with family, whether it's, traveling to new locations, whether it's hanging out with friends, whatever the case may be, is that if you're looking to make any sort of money online, your ultimate goal should be to have passive income where, money works for you. And this way it could allow you to have, more time to actually, live that lifestyle. That's really the main benefit with when it comes to, making money online is, in terms of like, building an online business, is that you could pretty much automate it in a way where you could be working on your own terms, and then it could allow you to have, the passive income in the long run. So that's really the message I want to put out there in terms of side gigs. If you are looking to do any of these side gigs at all, what I highly suggest you do is that you view it in terms of like something that you could do temporarily, because most of these things that you do, generally they're not going to pay you, like a full-time income. Most of it's going to be just something where you could just kind of get like on the side. Generally you're not going to be able to get full-time income with most of these right away, unless if you're doing it for a while, or you're really good at something in particular. So that's really the main thing with side gigs that I've heard. I've heard a lot of debate over the years about side gigs, but ultimately whatever it is you decide to do, you want to make sure that it's something that in the long run is something that not only you enjoy doing, but it's something that could provide you with passive income down the road, where you are earning enough from it as you feel you are worth getting paid from that. And that's really my main message out there in terms of side gigs, is that there's plenty of things you could really do, but ultimately your main goal should be to have something that could really support you long term. So that's really the main message I want to put out there in this video. Hopefully you found this helpful. I will have the links to all these sites in the description if you want to check them out yourself. But otherwise, if you're looking to build something that will be long term, you want to actually build an online business, you want to learn how to do affiliate marketing, which is actually what I really recommend getting into, because a lot of these side gigs, unfortunately, are, in a lot of ways they can be kind of a waste of time, where you're doing a lot on your end, but you are making very little in return. So that's the issue that most people tend to run into when they get into any sort of side gig, is that they end up working a lot more than what they're actually getting paid for. So that's really the thing I wanted to caution you about. But if you're looking to build something long term, if you want to actually learn how to actually build a business online that could pretty much pay you for the rest of your life and create you with passive income, then there will be a link right below this video. That's going to take you to my my free training that's going to show you how to build an online business. And whether you're getting into affiliate marketing, network marketing, whatever business you're looking to get online, this training is going to show you how you can pretty much become your own independent marketer, where you can pretty much succeed in whatever it is you're doing and have long-term results regardless of what niche you're going into, whatever it is you're selling. You don't have to, this isn't some sort of, like business opportunity where you're relying on some sort of system to do all the selling for you. This isn't some, little tactic that may work today. This is ultimately training that's going to give you the skill sets necessary in order to have long-term results in, with any business you build online. So be sure to check that out. Down in the description, there should be a, link or button right below this video. Be sure to check that out there. Check out that free training and take care.